So, for this week's discussion, the following prompt is: have you experienced any of the benefits of physical activity in your own life? Whether your experience is recent or previously in your life, I would love for you to comment on what benefits you experienced. Further, if you are currently active, please share what motivates you to be active and how you overcome barriers to physical activity, such as lack of time. If you are not currently active, please comment on what factors may help you become motivated to be active. So, this question, it might be a little hard to answer for me due to the extreme uniqueness of my situation and life events. But I'll just start off with answering the first question. I have definitely experienced the benefits of physical activity, but that was many years ago. But those benefits were primarily mental or emotional, not necessarily physical. These mental and emotional benefits to that physical activity were reduced anxiety, sadness, increased confidence. However, I'm not currently active, and I live a very sedentary lifestyle. But I assure you there's a good reason for that. When I was born, I was diagnosed with something called June syndrome, and I was born with my entire chest cavity shrunken and completely deformed, which led to my lungs being super underdeveloped. And I was kept alive by a ventilator for the first 5 years of my life because I couldn't breathe on my own. And then up to now, I've undergone 25 plus thoracic surgeries in an attempt to improve the structure of my chest cavity, so that my lungs might grow and develop. When I was in middle school, my lung function had peaked at around 32%, and though I was mildly struggling to breathe, I was able to walk, run, play, and do things like every other kid with mild difficulty. But when I entered high school, I began to decline, and it got harder to walk from class to class. And towards the end of my senior year, I stopped going to school a few months before graduation because I simply couldn't walk around. It was getting too hard. But I still got my diploma, so that's good. And my pulmonologist had told me that I was in respiratory failure, which is when I started using a BiPAP machine every night, and that's given me a lot of relief at nighttime. It's definitely a break from struggling during the day. But now, at 19 years old, my lung function sits at 19%. And I've been on palliative care for about a month now because I require opioids just to be able to breathe comfortably at rest. Otherwise, I'm just struggling to breathe, even at all times of the day. I am healthy. I am of healthy weight, given my height, age, and gender. But in conclusion, no, I'm not very active. And by the looks of it, it's probably not going to change in the near future. So, I did feel the benefits of physical activity at one point in my life, but those days are behind me. I will add on just a last little part that there are still things I can do to get those same positive benefits that I did back in middle school. Like, I still ride around my neighborhood on an electric scooter, and that's still a lot of fun, and it doesn't require a lot of physical effort for me. When I go somewhere with friends or with family, they'll push me around in a wheelchair. I still have a lot of fun. My friends and I have a couple of close friends from high school. They're pretty much all I've got, and we all got go-karts, and I don't have to walk when driving a go-kart, so those are a lot of fun too. So I still do things where I can get those same positive benefits that I mentioned earlier that I had in middle school. So, yeah.